This video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as factual. This is all my astrological opinion. Please enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Sonia with Melanin Goddess Life. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another astrological video. Actually, we're doing a celebrity reading today. Today is Monday, March the 27th, and we have a celebrity reading for you today. So today's celebrity that I chose is someone that has been around in the entertainment industry for a very, very long time. She started off in a very, very much popular and successful 90s R&B girl group. She's had much success as a singer-songwriter. She's a Grammy Award-winning songwriter. She has penned some of the most still to this day, songs that we hear on the radio and we still sing. She has been, like I said, the pen behind a lot of successful artists and their biggest hits. She is reality TV royalty, in my opinion. She keeps herself relevant, and the girl knows how to make a coin. The person that I chose to highlight today in the celebrity reading is none other than the talented and beautiful Kandi Burruss. Okay, we're going to be highlighting Kandi Burruss. She is one of my favorites. Like I said, if anything, Kandi gonna make a coin. The girl knows how to make a coin. And when I did pulled up her astrological chart, I seen why she has so much success and so much longevity in the industry. Whereas, some people, can come into the industry and, have a few hits, have a little bit of success, and they kind of fizzle out. Kandi has been able to not only have longevity based on her talent, because she's super, super talented. She knows how to recreate herself, rebrand herself, and definitely keep herself relevant. Now, I chose her because she's been in the news a little bit here lately, and her little group. Now, one thing I will say about her group Xscape, they are a talented group. One of the most successful 90s, as I said before, girl groups of the 90s. However, I feel like now their talent and success as a group is being overshadowed by their drama. So they seem to be in the news with regards to the drama that's going on with them in between their bandmates. So I'm going to talk about what's going on with Kandi, what's coming up for her, some stuff that I see in her birth chart, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So without further ado, let's talk about Miss Kandi Burruss. So Kandi was born May 17th, 1976. I do not have a birth time for her, so without the birth time, the rising sign may be a little bit off, but she's 46 years old. She's from College Park, Georgia. That makes her a Taurus sun, Capricorn moon, and Leo rising. Now, first and foremost, she's a Taurus sun. That's why she's all about her coin. She is all about her coin because we know Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is ruled by love, money, harmony, luxuries, things of that nature. So and Kandi loves to eat. Let's not dismiss that. And Venus loves good food, so Kandi loves to eat. I don't think there's a scene in Real Housewives of Atlanta where Kandi wasn't talking about eating. Nothing wrong with that because I'm a Venus. My Taurus is in Venus is in my Taurus, so I love to eat too. Now, she's a Capricorn moon. Business, business, business. And if anything, I think Kandi should teach a master class with regards to business. And I do believe that that's going to be coming up for her sometime over the next year and a half. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And she's a Leo rising. She and I share the same rising sign. So Leo rising, Leo, the sign of the entertainer. So it makes sense that she is out into the entertainment industry of some sort. So those are her placements. So again, she's 46 years old. Now, with everyone, whether they're married, single, whatever, I do the relationship activity for them. This is the age that I calculate where I feel like something should change, transition, or move, have some kind of movement in their love life. It could look like any of the four scenarios. Number one, If Candy was totally single, which we know she's not, but just giving you examples of how it works. If Candy was totally single, this would be the age in which someone could come into her life for a long-term committed relationship. Scenario number two, if Candy was in a relationship and the relationship was going well, this could be about putting permanence on the relationship, taking the relationship to another level, possibly getting married, getting engaged, moving in together. If she's in a current solid relationship, this is possibly about solidifying and making the relationship stronger. Third scenario would be if she was in a relationship and it was not going well. Maybe it had a few problems. This could be about addressing those things in the relationship, maybe some stressors going on in the relationship, possibly the potential for a breakup or separation. And the fourth scenario could be Candy getting really serious about relationships, how she wants her relationship to look, transitioning her relationship to another level, working on things that she can work on to be a better partner in the relationship. The age in which I came up with it, I feel like something should change or transition for Candy, just depends on where she is actually the age of 47. So that's going to be her next birthday. So we'll look at the year of 47 for Candy that may have some attention on her love life. I'm just going to put it that way. Now, each year that we have a birthday, the theme of our year changes. So energetically, this changes and it kind of gives us an idea of what the experiences we may be having or where our focus may be during that year. So for the age of 46, which she's currently 46, so that's from her last birthday, May 2022, to her next birthday, May 2023, which is coming up soon, her energy would have been around 11th house things. And this would have included her friend groups, organizations, groups that she's a part of, associates. This would have looked like unexpected events, unexpected blessings. This would have also looked like technology-based projects and her long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. Now, we can say right out of the gate, since this is the area that governs groups, we can clearly see that she has been dealing with the dynamic of the group that she's a part of, escapes. So this is the energy that would have been around that. Her friendships, how she's dealing with friends. This could have looked like, upheaval or changes within a friend dynamic, changes within her group, which we see that playing out now. This is also, again, unexpected events. And unexpected blessings coming her way, also technology-based things, so things of that nature. Now, when we get to her next birthday, May 2023 to May 2024, her energy is going to change. So the theme for that particular year is going to be everything to do with the 12th house. So the 12th house is about our spirituality, endings, closure. This is an energy around solitude. Our spirituality is here. This is also the area that governs hidden enemies. So these are the people that we don't particularly know, don't care for us, and they kind of come out of the woodwork. This is also the area that governs confined spaces. So this could look like hospitals, rehab centers, retreat centers, churches. This could also look like jail or prison. So for me, the year of 47 for Candy could be a lot of retrospect. This could be her doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Maybe she decides to go into a little bit of solitude. Maybe she won't be out there as much, no more than she has to be. She's doing a lot of internal work, a lot of shadow work. This may be a time that she decides to go to therapy if she's not already in therapy. Or if she's in therapy, maybe she has some type of breakthrough during her therapy session at this time. This could also look like her healing any traumas, any hurts. This also could look like the potential for a hospital stay in some way, maybe for herself or someone close to her. Again, I always say, I don't know how prison could work into somebody's life, but that could touch her in some way. But this is also, just the area that we do a lot of shadow work, self-care, self-healing. She may be doing a lot of traveling internationally just to kind of center herself and ground herself. So basically the year 47 is going to be a lot of internal work for her and a lot of behind the scenes work for her. Okay. All right, so let's get into these transits, what's coming up for her for the next 6 months or so, and see if hopefully Miss Candy Burr sees this video and it could possibly help her. Okay, and if she has any questions, reach out to you, girl. Okay, so let's talk about Jupiter. And again, she and I have the same rising sign. So actually, our astrology or the is based pretty much very much similar. So we're going to be talking about that. So first thing we're going to talk about is Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, opportunity, optimism, wisdom, healing. This is also the planet of the guru and the teacher. We love to see Jupiter coming because in astrology, Jupiter is one of two of our benefic planets in astrology. So it's the biggest benefic planet. And Venus would be the smaller. So when Jupiter comes through a house, goes through a sign, it's there to bring it a benefit. It's there to grow it, expand it, all of those things. So Jupiter is currently in her ninth house. So Jupiter is expanding this area of her life that has a lot to do with international travel, higher education, her belief system, what she believes to be true, her morals, her principles, her values, her spiritual life, religion, and higher level media type projects. So Jupiter stays in the house for about a year. It's going to be there until probably May. So she does have a couple of more months of this. So this area of her life for the last year has been about the expansion around educating herself. So even if she did not take any formal classes, this could have been, things that she was educating herself to elevate her to the next level. This could have looked like some international travel or doing business with foreigners. Also been the area that could have expanded Candy's belief system. She could have went through what we call a spiritual awakening during this past year. So introducing herself to different ways that people worship, different cultures. She may have, again, had a spiritual awakening. She may have had an adjustment in what she believes to be true in life. She could have went through this period where she may have questioned her faith. Nothing wrong with that. But she may have questioned it to the point of, do my religious beliefs or my spiritual beliefs still align with who I am at this time? So that could have been something that she went through. Now, once we get to May 2023, and until May 2024, this Jupiter is going to move from the ninth house and it's going to go over into her career house, there to expand it and grow it. Let me just say this. Candy is in store for a wonderful year. May 2023 to May 2024, her career is going to blow up. The 10th house, our career, our public image, our reputation, our connections and dealings with authority figures. This is energy around, this is the space of the father, prominent men in your life, title changes, and how we're just seen in the public and what we're known for. So when Jupiter going through there, this is going to be a very favorable aspect for her career-wise. She's going to be opening herself to different career opportunities. She may have the opportunity to change her titles. So she could be adding some type of title to her, because we know Candy is always on the hustle. She's always doing something. So she definitely could be going into a different career path or a different career avenue. This is also the area of how we're seen and appreciated. So she could be getting some kind of award, recognition, or acknowledgement for the work that she does, maybe career-wise, maybe in her community. Sometimes this does spark a person going into some type of authoritative type role. So this could look like something around her taking on like a government type position. Maybe she, okay, let me give an example. Maybe she runs for mayor, or maybe she takes a seat on city council. Maybe she gets more involved with her local government of some sort. So something could happen with that. Again, this is a lot of recognition about the work you do, your career, and things of that nature. Now, I'm not really sure what is the dynamic with her family life. I don't think I've ever heard her talk about her dad. But if her father is still with her, this could be energy around any healing around a relationship with her father. Now, again, I don't know the dynamics of that. I've never really heard her talk about that, so I'm not really sure. But if her father is still with her, and if they possibly had a strained relationship or an estrangement, this could actually be a healing time for that relationship, or at best, if it's not a reconciliation, could be something that she comes to terms with. If she's been harboring any type of ill will, or harboring any type of feelings of rejection, or just not understanding the dynamic, this could be her resolving that it is what it is. So she could have ties with that. Again, this is just going to be a phenomenal time for her career and things of that nature. Again, she may be getting awards, accolades, recognition, things of that nature. This is also great because Uranus is still in this area. The 10th house, Uranus is the planet of unpredictability, unexpected changes. So Uranus stays in a house for about 7 years. It has been there, I think, if I'm not mistaken, since 2018. So we've had a lot of changes going on with her career. So with Jupiter coming into that area, she can anticipate a lot more unexpected blessings coming her way around her career and unexpected changes. So this Uranus is going to be there until at least, I think, late 2025. So she's kind of used to the up and down of what's been going on with her career. So she's used to that by now. But again, when Jupiter comes in there and really starts to work with this Uranus, we're going to see a lot of growth and changes with regards to her career direction. Now, another thing that I'm looking at that I'm super excited about, Jupiter going into the 10th house, but she's going to have her Jupiter return. Now, that won't hit her until about February 2024, but I'm going to go ahead and speak about it because it's going to be a phenomenal time for her career again. So she has double, triple energy around career growth and expansion. I cannot wait to see what she comes up with during this time. Okay, now let's talk about Neptune in her 8th house. Neptune is a slow moving planet, so it's a very transformational planet. We don't necessarily feel the energy as impactfully as she's going to feel this Jupiter, but nevertheless, it is still doing its job. So Neptune stays in a house for about roughly 14 years. It's been in her 8th house for a considerable amount of time. It still has a couple more years to do its work there. The 8th house, other people's money, other people's resources, shared finances, monies that you garner from other resources, other people that you do not necessarily get from your work or your efforts that you put into. So this could look like inheritances, taxes, debt, your business partners, your spouse's income, your spouse's debt, your spouse's resources. This could look like payouts, royalties, things of that nature. Now, this could also be finances and debt that you share with other people. This could be monies that you give other people or you receive from other people. You know, those agreements that you go into with another person around shared finances and resources. The area that governs sex and intimacy. Now, keep in mind, sex and intimacy are two different things. Sex is the physical act and intimacy is the connection with someone else. So over the last few years, several years here, Candy has been dealing with Neptune in this area. Now, Neptune is the planet of our dreams, our intuition, fantasy. It is the planet of our imagination, confusion, and delusion, and sometimes seeing things for what we want them to be as opposed to what they truly, truly are. Now, when you have Neptune going through the 8th house, this can get very cloudy and unclear around your finances. And again, she's been having this energy here for at least 9 to 10 years. So this would have looked like money's, like I said, tied to other people that she really wasn't clear about. What this could have looked like sometimes comes up with this is people coming into your life that have an agenda around your finances. With this type of energy, she has to be careful with who she joins her resources with, her monies with. She needs to be really clear about business dealings. She needs to be careful about who she, again, goes into business with, because the details and the dynamics are not very clear around the financial aspect of the deal. Now, Candy is a keen business, person. However, we can all fall short sometimes and not see things clearly. So she would have to be and continue to be very, very careful about the contracts that she goes into with other people. Things can get very confusing around that. Things can get just, ideally someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or maybe they're trying to get over on you in a business aspect or from a monetary standpoint. This is a lot of confusion about, again, contract negotiations that she's signing with regards to her business. Just moving forward, Candy just needs to be really, really careful about who she's connecting with and who she's tying her resources with during this transit. Keeping business separate. Some dynamics she doesn't need to go into business with. And because it's Neptune, she may not have all the facts presented to her. She's going to have to go on her intuition on a lot of things that she feels with regards to the tying together of resources and finances with another person or with another business or an entity or financial institution. With that being said, Saturn is about to go into this same area of her chart, her 8th house. Saturn is what we consider the taskmaster of the zodiac. It's there to teach us a lesson, hard lessons. It's there to mature us, grow us to see things clearly, and get a solid foundation for what's going on with this particular area of her life. Saturn's going to be there for 2.5 years in her 8th house, helping her to get very, very clear about shared resources and shared finances. So whereas Neptune has really been clouding her judgment over the last several years, Saturn is the total opposite. Saturn comes in and wants to get very, very clear about what is going on in this area of your life. What I would suggest to Candy is, which I'm sure she already does, and I am not a financial person, but I am someone that pays attention to their money. She may need to do a independent audit on her business dealings, her contracts that she has with other people. She may need to bring in a team that looks at that to make sure everything is on the up and up. She needs to pay attention to who has control of her money, who has authorization to do certain things with regards to her money and business dealings. I'm hopeful that there is no tomfoolery going on in that area, but I would strongly suggest to her that she does get an outside audit team to take a look at her finances and make sure everything is on the up and up. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. This is also the area that governs taxes. Pay attention to your taxes, Candy. Pay attention. That Saturn could trigger an audit of some sort, and you don't want any surprises in that area. Okay. Now, and she could get a inheritance of some sort over the next couple of years. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Now, next thing we're going to talk about is this Pluto transiting her 6th house. 6th house, health and fitness, mental and physical health, our work environment, the people we work with, around, and for, pets, the foods that we eat, and service to others. Now, Pluto stays in the house for about probably anywhere from 15 to 20 years. It has been transiting her 6th house of health and fitness. So this could have looked like over the last several years, Candy going through a period of, changes with regards to around her health and her fitness and her mental and physical health. Now, with Pluto being the planet that's been here for the last 15 years, this would have looked like highs and lows, ebbs and flows around her health. Of course, it should have. 15 years is a long time. We all have transitions when it goes to our health. But this also could have looked like transformation around, especially in this, probably in this last year, her really getting serious about her health, the foods that she eats, making a drastic transformation on how she takes care of herself, both mentally and physically, a change in her dietary needs. And this is not like a diet. This is a lifestyle change. So this has been something like, she's going from being eating everything that she wants to, I'm going to be a vegan or a vegetarian, or I'm going to start eliminating certain foods from my diet. But getting really serious in the last probably year to 2 years about her health and fitness and her mental health, her work environment transforming. So with where Pluto is now, I would say to Candy, you really need to look hard at your health and how you've been taking care of yourself. Something needs to transform in a big way, not just minor changes. We're talking about long-term changes. So hopefully this is already triggered in her. This will also look like her work environment transforming, being that she's about to go into a period where her career is about to take off. Of course, her work environment is going to change. So that could be changes in the people that you work with, your staff, your team, things of that nature. So it may go through a transformation where she gets rid of her entire staff or her entire team that she's been working with, and she brings in new people and fresh new energy around that. That could be a thing. And this could transform her role as a caretaker. So if she's someone that takes care of people, her family, maybe she's been tasked with taking care of someone's finances, things of that nature, there may be a transformation around her caretaker role in some way. Okay. Now, next we're going to talk about this North Node and South Node. The nodes are the destiny points. So the North Node is where we're going, what we're trying to achieve, and the South Node is what we have already learned and we're releasing. So over the last year and a half, the North Node has been highlighting her 10th house of career. So a lot of changes, a lot of growth moving forward in her career aspect. Down at the bottom here in the opposite house, her South Node was in the 4th house. So the 4th house, again, the South Node is about release. There could have been times where she was addressing family dynamics, things going on with the family, challenges with the family, things that needed to change. This could have been a residential change. This could have been her moving, purchasing property, renovations, releasing of old family dynamics, contending with things that have to do with the family. So it's been there for the last year and a half. So when we get to July 2023, the nodes are going to shift. The North Node will be in her 9th house and the South Node in her 3rd house. Now, North Node, destiny, where we're going. An increase in her international travel. She might go back to school during that window of the year and a half. Again, her spirituality being a big focal point in her life. So she may recommit to church. She may recommit to a religious practice. She may change a religious practice. She may be getting more strength in her spiritual life. Foreign negotiation. I think Candy's going to be doing a lot of business, foreign business in some way. And a media project is coming up for her in a big way because the 9th house is about higher level media projects. So she could be launching a huge media project for herself. So I don't know if she's going to be in talks to do a podcast, a movie of some sort. Maybe she's launching a talk show, or maybe she's doing a master class of some sort. She may continue to be touring with her group, but I see more Candy about to take a more teacher type role. So I'm wondering if she's going to start doing master classes where she tours and she's teaching classes on women in business, how to grow to your career, something to that effect. She becomes a mentor or something, or maybe she becomes a professor because this is higher education. She could be getting an opportunity to teach class at a college or university. That may be it. So I'm going to see if that's what turns out for her coming up in this next year and a half, starting this summer until January 2025. Now, the 3rd house is going to be having her South Node going through it at the same time. So this is going to be Candy releasing things that no longer serve her in this area of her life. So the 3rd house, Candy becoming a more effective communicator because the 3rd house is about communication. I don't know if Candy has siblings. I'm not really sure. But this could be energy around dynamics with siblings, extended family. There may be a move for Candy in some way, or a big renovation project in some way. She's got a lot of real estate stuff coming up, contract negotiations. She may be getting in or out of a contract that she's been long term, and releasing that, and a lot of short distance trips. Travel is going to be a big theme for Candy over the next year and a half. Okay. Let's see. And let's see. Let's take a look at Candy's natal chart before we close this out, because it's fascinating to look at. So, I look at wealth placements when I'm looking at my celebrity readings, and of course, Candy is very wealthy. But interesting enough, Candy does not have any wealth placements. But here's what Candy does have. Candy has a lot of great supportive energy in her 10th house of career. She has Mercury and Gemini in her 10th house, which makes her a great writer. I'm definitely speaks to her becoming a singer, but this makes for her an excellent writer. So we got that. She has her sun in her 10th house. Candy was born to be in the spotlight, at the pinnacle and top of her career. She has Venus and Jupiter here. So Candy and I have, we're both Venus and Taurus people. So that's probably why I picked her. So she has, and I also have my Venus and Taurus in my 10th house. So this makes for Candy to be very charismatic. People like her. This makes where people want to work with her. She has a really, really favorable energy to her, and people like to be around her. Venus and Taurus in the 10th house definitely has someone that has some creative ability, artistic ability. So she was going to garner a lot of favor in this area of her life. She went into the arts, singing, acting, things of that nature. I wonder if Candy ever wanted to be like a stylist or a hairdresser at some point, or she liked doing makeup, something to that effect. She also has Jupiter in the 10th house. Growth, expansion, opportunity, favorability. So whereas Candy didn't have necessarily wealth placements, she had a wonderful stellium in her 10th house, which gives her that energy of her career being very important to her. A lot of blessings coming through her career, and a lot of times, now, fame doesn't always equate to wealth, but in Candy's case, fame and this favorability in her 10th house definitely equated to wealth for her, because remember, Venus is the planet of money. So she has garnered a substantial amount of wealth for herself. So her 10th house is lit up. I love that for her. Candy in her natal chart also has Saturn and Mars in her 12th house. I don't know if Candy knows this, but she does have some type of spiritual gift. I wonder if she's tapped into it at this time. With that Mars being in her 12th house, she may have a little trouble with sleep sometimes, having trouble with sleep. Her dreams are super, super vivid. Like Candy's dreams are probably like movies. I hope she journals those things, write those things down. But Candy has some kind of spiritual gift. I hope she's tapped into it. I don't know if it has anything to do with her being able to be some type of medium. I think Candy has the ability to communicate with people that have transitioned over into the afterlife. So I'm wondering if she ever speaks about that at some time. But she does have some spiritual gifts. I hope she has tapped into them and are cultivating them, because they are definitely very, very strong. Okay, so in a nutshell, to conclude, Candy Burruss, I hope you see this video. You have an awesome career year coming up for you. Even if you thought your career was great, it's about to get even 10, 20, 100 times better for you, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I think you're going to be doing a lot of international travel and a lot of international business. You may be educating yourself. I do believe that there's going to be a high-level media project that comes your way. I could possibly see you doing some type of media project over the next year and a half. I'm waiting to see if you're going to be teaching at a college level or giving some type of master class on business, something to that effect. I feel like that's the course that you're going over the next year and a half. Please take my advice in having an independent audit on your monies, especially those monies that you share with another person or another entity. And you may be having a huge overhaul of your staff. You may need to have a shakeup with your staff and bring in some fresh new energy. You may need to hire yourself an astrologer. Reach out to your girl. So that concludes my video on Kandi Burruss. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you're interested in getting your own personal reading, please visit my website at www.melaningoddesslife.biz. Follow me on all the social media platforms at Melanin Goddess Life. Also, most importantly, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.